What's happening? What's happening? 392 Blurred Lines coming back at you with another video. First time coming to the channel, welcome to the channel. Today what I'm doing something that needs to be done, something I've never done, something I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it, but we got to do it. This is what I have to do. Seeing that I have an engine plate on this engine, the original location for an alternator is not possible. So I have to do some modifications. Now this modification is going to bring the alternator on the driver's side of the vehicle. And in doing that, I have to make some cuts in the engine plate. Now, like I said, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do this, but I have an idea. I have an idea exactly how I'm going to do it. I don't want the alternator to sit too low inside the engine bay. I want it to be up a little bit. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to cut a radius in my engine plate. When I cut this radius in this engine plate, I'll then be able to raise the alternator up. I'm going to use ears that are on the engine block that normally you would put motor mounts on. I'm going to use those ears to mount this. I will be doing some fabricating at the job. I will have to go down and do a little bit of CNC work. But right now I'm just trying to get an idea as to how I'm going to do this. So, since I have the engine plate already mounted, that means I have to put the radius in the engine plate while it is mounted. The easiest way that I think I can do this, I'm going to draw a radius on the engine plate, and then I'm going to take a drill and I'm going to drill holes around that pattern that I'm going to draw on the engine plate. Once I drill those holes, more like a perforation, I should then be able to remove that section from the engine plate. And then I'll take a Dremel and then I'll just smooth it out. I don't like the idea of doing that for one reason and one reason only. I'm going to really have to cover this engine up because I'm going to be throwing some shavings. Drilling is not going to have a whole lot of shavings, but the Dremel is what's going to give me some shavings. So I'm going to have to really cover that up to make sure that there's no shavings getting anywhere around the engine itself. I already had to really cover it up earlier today. I had a guy on YouTube that informed me that not to forget to remove the paint from where you screw on your oil filter, because if that paint gets in to the oil system, it may ruin my bearings. I didn't think about that, but since he brought that to my attention, I did take the time out and take that paint from that section where your oil filter screws on to the block. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you for that information. Very valuable information. I got a lot of money wrapped up in this thing, and I don't need to mess it up. So good looking out. All right, back to this. So my plan to get this radius, I figured I would use a bowl, which is pretty much the size of the alternator itself. So that I will use that to draw my radius on the engine plate. And once I get the radius drawn on, then I will drill that section out, like I said. A bunch of little holes, kind of like perforation. Hey, if anybody know another way to do this, let me know. But like I said, it's already mounted. I'm not taking all this back off just to go to work and cut that little radius out. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get started on this. And hey, it is what it is. Somebody's got to do it, and that somebody's gonna have to be me. So let us get started. Now, my ideal, because I did some measuring down inside the engine bay, this is going to be sitting down into the frame. I'm going to come over 2.5 inches. And that is where I will start the radius, 2.5 inches. And I'm only going to take that radius up approximately, I'm going to say about 1.5 inches, because from where this hole is to the top hole on that ear on the engine block, it's about 1.5 inches. So maybe I'll take that radius up 1 3/4 just to give me a little wiggle room. Yeah, I'll go up 1 inch. I'll go up 1 3/4 from the base. Come in 2.5 to the center of the radius, 1 3/4, and just go around it. Hey, that's what we're gonna try. And if it doesn't work, oh well, they make more of these and they sell more of them. So we're gonna try to get this drawn on here so that we can get it cut out. I'm gonna get you a little bit closer so you can see what I got going on here. And as you can see, I did put my pulleys on, and that's what made me decide to go ahead and see if I can't start mocking this up. Because I know, because of the engine plate, it brought the water pump 258,000 forward. So that means these pulleys are not perfectly lined up. So this 258,000, I have to have a spacer that's going to go back behind this pulley. Now I did look in Summit sell a 1/2 inch spacer. Now if I have to purchase the 1/2 inch spacer, take it to work and use a fly mill, and I will mill it down to the diameter that I need to get this pulley out here so that these are lined up parallel, because it's got to be parallel. I don't want to be throwing off my fan belt. So it has to be perpendicular to another, parallel with one another. Same thing with my alternator. It's got to be parallel with the rest of the belt. So, but right now I just gotta get this radius in here. So, and it is getting later in the evening, so I may not be here too long, but I am gonna get a little something done today. So we're gonna go in 2.5 inches, and that's where I will start the radius. As far as the diameter across, I'm gonna guesstimate. Looks like about 7 inches, so I'm going to come in 3.5 inches to get to the center. From here, I'll come in 3.5 inches and up 1 3/4 inches. All right, Actually, that bow is approximately about 6. Actually, it is 7. Hey, it's all good. So we're gonna come from that edge, and we're gonna come up to the center, which is gonna be about right. Actually, about right there. Okay, so that's you know what? I think I may want to go a little bit higher. Now that I'm looking at that, it looked like it could be a little bit higher. I have a lot of material here, so I'm not really worried about making this weak. There's a lot of material here. I'm just taking a little bit out. Maybe I will take that up just a little bit higher. Maybe I'll go up. I'm gonna take that up to 2 1/4. That's where I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it up to 2 1/4. That way I know I got enough clearance. Let's do that. All right. So we're gonna go up to this line. Yes, that's going to give me plenty clearance. That's what we're going to do. And now, like I said, we'll just drill holes all the way around this until we get it cut out. So, that's the plan for that. And that will allow me to get that alternator up higher. Yes, that's what we're going to do. All right, well, let me go ahead. Let me get the drill ready, and we're going to drill them out. Hey guys, this might take a little while. Seeing that it might take a little while, you guys ought to go ahead and go get you a snack. Go get you a bag of chips, some cookies, cold soda, some milk, some juice, some of that red juice, grape juice. Hey, because this might take a little while. I don't want you guys to get hungry and Hey, go get something to munch on. And we gonna get this done while y'all munch. I'll be right back when y'all go get something. Y'all get that snack yet? All right. All right, let's do something different here. Ooh, I'm gonna have to get skills. Oh, this ain't gonna work. All right, let's see what we got here. If I can adjust it to where it doesn't have to go off so far. Let's see how that works out. Nice to make it so that this didn't stick out so far. I think it'll be all right. As I watch what I'm doing. We'll see. We will see. I don't like that at all. Let's do something a little bit different here. Alrighty then. Now, let's see what kind of action we got with this. This is what I was going to use to smooth it out. This may be what I'm going to have to use to get it cut out. I don't like all of them little fine chips. I really, really don't. I want to do a little bit more. I want to do a little more covering before I do that. I do want to do a little bit of something else. All right, let's see what it does now. Don't want no shavings, aluminum shavings all over the place. I can open up a little bit more with this drill. That seems like it's taking a little while. So much that I have to remove. All right, now back to the Dremel, and it should finish it up. See, now this could have been done a lot quicker if I'd have took this off and took it to work, but then I had to reseal it. I ain't doing all that. I'm not going through all that. Consider this about off. Dremel done got dough. Let me see if I can do the remainder with that little saw. I get in there with this, I can cut that out. I'm gonna cut it. Okay, cut that one. Like that. It don't like that. Let's see here. There's a spot down here. Okay. So that's some pretty thick stuff. That's some pretty thick stuff. Now, I'll put the other Dremel bit in there and smooth it out. I got one in here that will really work good on smoothing that out. Better than this thing here, Well, I see it's full of material. That's why it won't cut nothing else anymore. It's just full of aluminum. So, put this other end on here. I'm gonna smooth this out, and I'm gonna call this a wrap for today. I'm ready to go in the house and relax. This is some hard stuff. It's definitely hard. It's definitely hardened. I'm gonna use something even different than that, because that's not doing what I wanted to do. So that is not gonna work for me. Well, saying that's not gonna work, we're gonna go to another ideal. But what I'm gonna do for right now, I'm gonna call this quits because it's gonna take me a little bit longer than I expected it to. So we're gonna call this quits for right now. We'll come back at you. So y'all stick around and we're gonna get this taken care of and we're just gonna keep it moving. All that being said and done, 392 Blurred Lines, peace out.